it is winter here, and that means rain. But it also means citrus season. I look forward every year to going to my local fancy grocery and getting citruses to make cordial with. Now, just a word about what I mean by cordial. Wikipedia has it as a little alcoholic beverage, like I guess Benedictine. And, it could also be a type of chocolate and various other things. But the thing I'm thinking of is more like lime cordial, like Rose's lime juice. Now, lots of people like to drink a gimlet, and they actually prefer something like Rose's instead of fresh lime, although mostly that's preferred. Some people like that sort of very sharp, very citric, acidy, sharp taste of the roses. And that's the sort of cordial that I'm going for. It'll have that concentrated tartness and make a delicious gimlet. So what I do is basically macerate the hulls from citrus after juicing them. Put that in some sugar, basically making an oleo, diluting that to make a syrup, and then adding citric acid to bump up that tartness and give me my cordial. The citric acid should also help preserve it a little longer. Now this time I managed to find Seville oranges, which are very bitter oranges, and bergamot oranges. Bergamot is what they use to make Earl Grey tea and give it that certain flavor. I don't know how else to describe it except as bergamot. Anyway, they're kind of amazing. So this procedure is pretty easy. Basically, you just juice the citrus. I don't have any use for this citrus particularly. It's very tart. But if you were, say, having a margarita party and needed to juice a bunch of limes, you could save those hulls of the limes and make lime cordial. And it's a good use of your waste. Down with waste. I steeped mine in sugar overnight, maybe 28 hours or so, but I think next time I'll do it longer, maybe 2 days, because this cordial didn't come out quite as flavorful as I wanted. But once you've got the sugar all wet with citrus oils, you just dissolve the sugar with an equal weight of hot water. So I had about 250 grams of hulls. I put in 250 grams of sugar, and I diluted it with 250 grams of hot water. Then you add 3 to 4% citric acid solution, so that's 3 grams per 100 milliliters of oleo syrup, basically. Let's see, is that 3% or 0.3%? I don't know, 3 grams per 100 milliliters. That's your magic number. Since these didn't come out as good as I'd hoped, I decided to add a little alcohol to help preserve them, and since I had some bergamot rum that I had made last year and some Seville tincture that I had made earlier in a different year, I decided to use some of that, which should bump it up a little. I also threw in some orange blossom water just for kicks. You can do whatever you want because there's no rules. In the past I've done this with yuzu, which comes out amazing. I also made some kumquat earlier this year, which came out really good. Yeah, let's make some gimlets. Okay, so gimlet. Basically, a gimlet would be 2 parts of gin, any kind of gin should do, and 1 part of cordial. And the beauty of it is you can do lots of combinations. Any combination of cordial and gin. You could also switch out to, say, mezcal, which works great, especially with the yuzu. Mezcal and yuzu, amazing together. Something like pisco, or tequila, or vodka. Vodka would probably work great. Lately I've also been just bumping it up, putting a little Luxardo Marascino liqueur in it will really add a little complexity. Suze works great, very dry and bitter, adds a nice fruity vegetal bitterness. There's also this bergamot liqueur you could try doing a bergamot with bergamot liqueur would really keep things interesting. These are all the options. It's just up to you to play around and try different things, or even let your guests decide what they want to try. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for mezcal and bergamot. Let's try mezcal, bergamot, and what the heck, we'll throw in a little bergamot liqueur too. See how that goes. Okay, your basic gimlet is going to be 2 ounces of spirit, usually gin, but in this case we're going to use mezcal, and then an ounce of cordial, and that's all there is to it. Now in this case I think I'm going to do 3/4 of cordial, because I'm going to do 1/4 ounce of bergamot liqueur. Get that in there, go ahead and stir it. A gimlet would normally be shaken since it has lime juice in it, but since we're using cordial and these are all mostly clear ingredients, we'll just go ahead and stir it. And this drink doesn't really need a garnish, though you could garnish it with a lemon or a lime peel if you wanted, or even an orange peel. There's no rules. And to be honest, a bergamot peel makes an amazing garnish because they're so aromatic. Yeah, it's tart. It's sharp. Get the mezcal, you get a lot of lingering bergamot flavor. Yeah, that's excellent. Thanks for watching.